What's up, YouTube, and good morning. Thank my newest subscribers for subscribing to me and taking the time out to look at my content. Thank all of y'all for taking the time out to look at my content. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. Just make sure y'all clicking on that bell so that y'all can get all my latest content, anything that I may post, any content that I may want to talk about, like this morning. This is not, I'm not going to say this is going to be quick content, but this is definitely going to be some content that I know for sure is going to make sense. And people just really need to just sit back and think, because that's what I had to do to make sure that I'm not going crazy, you know. Kodak. Why do people think Kodak is cloned? Here's the thing with me with that. And I'm just going to say what I'm getting ready to say. I'm just going to say this in general, not even just for Kodak. For people that like Kodak, that may have lived a fast life, or maybe hanging around the wrong crowd, and you get caught up, and you may get locked up, and now you're in prison. It ain't no maybe. You are, you get locked up, and then you get in prison. You stay in prison for a while. And while you're in prison, you have time to think. And, you have your family and maybe your close friends still caring for you and attached to you and want to see you get out of there and do well. And then you have some that you just don't speak to at all the whole time you're in there. But then again, while you're in there, that also lets you know who are your real friends and who are not. For the people who are in those type of situations. But when you're living or when you were living or when a person was living a fast life, and like I said, hanging around the wrong crowd, then boom, you go to prison, you do a little prison time. You got time to think while you in there. You really got time to think while you're in there. And it's good to think. It's good to reevaluate yourself. It's always good to reevaluate yourself. I don't see where there is a problem for that. And I do think a lot of people have substituted trying to reevaluate yourself to cloning. Like I said, it's nothing wrong with reevaluating yourself, wanting to do better, wanting to make sure that you're not hanging around a crowd to get you back caught up in prison again. It's nothing wrong with trying to want to do the right things. And because I believe Kodak wants to do those things, which is nothing wrong with it, you want to be on the right path for yourself. You're getting older, and you being in jail is putting you as a setback for your music. And I'm pretty sure he has realized that. Cloning, to me, has nothing to do with reevaluating yourself and wanting you to be a better person. A couple of years back, allegedly, a lot of people were saying that about Gucci. In my mind, when he had came out, I did say, wow, he looks different, he's changed. He wants a better life for himself. I was thinking that. But cloning, I notice when people reevaluate themselves and want to do better for themselves and not really so hanging out in the streets or not want to be involved with gun violence, they got to be cloned. But if they was back doing that stuff or continuously doing those things and back and forth in jail, you got something to say about that? Or people just may be comfortable with just seeing that. Like, I don't understand that. I don't feel like it's nothing wrong for people to realize, hey, I don't want to be living this lifestyle no more or be in these type of situations no more, and I want to do better. You got a chance to get out and do better, take it. You know what I mean? This is real life. This is not like a fantasy world. So I did research on cloning because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was talking about, and I was interested in knowing what this cloning thing is all about. Human cloning is possible. It's been around for over 7 years, but people haven't took it serious or made an effort to try to do any of that to process imbroglio. I hope I'm saying that right, because that's what starts off as finishing off a cloning. Um, they haven't tried to make any effort to do any of that, but it's been around for 7 years. The last time I've read that they tried to, I'm gonna say, be closer, showing effort into seeing if maybe if it could work, was back in November in 1998. They got a piece of nuclear out of a man's leg, part of a nuclear out of a man's leg cell, and injected it into a cow's egg. I know it sounds weird, and you can look it up. It's all facts here of what I've read. And they, did it that way. And it occurred to be a hybrid embryo. And that's how, you know, it moved on to be, you know. So I know it sounds crazy, but yes, that's what I did read. That was the last effort as far as, I guess, seeing if it worked. And after the hybrid embryo, it goes off to fertilization. They did try that and it worked, but have they tried to do a human actual cloning? No, but it has been around for 7 years. But you have to think about it. If you decide to do a cloning, that takes a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of finance, because people charge you for that. And I did do research on pricing for that. I'm just going to be honest, from what I've read, it's up to 10,000. It's from 10,000 to 2 million. It's on that scale range. It could be from 10,000 to 2 million. It all depends on what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with. Yeah, it's expensive. So who would even want to take the time out to do any of that craziness? I'm quiet because I'm giving you time to take all in what I just said. Because as I was reading it, I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah. So getting back to Kodak, I don't think he was cloned, not one bit. I don't think Gucci Man was cloned. What I think is they had time to think, and reality slapped them in the head like how it should have all this time. Reevaluate yourself. Realize you are worth it. You are talented. You have something that a lot of people don't have as a gift. Use it wisely and cautiously, and live your life positively. And I honestly think Kodak thought, realized that it's nothing wrong with that. And I also think Gucci Man realized that too. They're getting older, y'all. Why still live that kind of lifestyle, or think that kind of lifestyle, or hang around people that's going to distract them or bring them down? Why? We see it happen all the time, and it ends up either a dead end or more than likely a tragedy. We tired of seeing that. So it's good to see actually somebody that wants to reevaluate themselves, get on the right path, and go ahead and stay focused on what they need to focus on. That's period. So that's basically what this content was about today. This was kind of serious. It was kind of deep too, because I had to do research on the actual cloning, and doing research on cloning, and then what I'm talking about as far as content with Kodak. You can put two and two together. You know what I'm getting ready to say. You got your own mind. Think. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you advice, information that makes sense. And if you want to look it up yourself, you can. But, as far as the cloning information that I gave you, yeah. But as far as with Kodak, I understand everybody's going to be entitled to their own opinion of what that's all about. But that's my personal opinion. And if anybody else can agree with me on that, or do agree with me on that, click that like button. Share the video. Let it get out. You know what I mean? Subscribe as well. If you're a new viewer and you would like to subscribe, subscribe. Um, I appreciate all my subscribers. I hope you guys have a good week. We got through the weekend with positive vibes. Let's get through the week with positive vibes. And yeah, I like to hear about these comments, if there is any, on this content, because I just got tired of seeing Kodak Black has been cloned, because he's reevaluating himself. He wants better for himself. He ain't out there all hype, live, and loud, acting a fool. It's like that's what y'all want to see. Nah, he chill. He realizing, okay, let me appreciate this. Let me appreciate my life. That's what that's all about. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. So, yeah. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, comment, and turn that bell on. Peace.